Yo,
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 yo.
yo.
let's go.
It's the brain again.
Let's wake it up. Let's wake it up.
Yes, yes.
Man, I'm so
Wefobz
young.
Podcast.
I'm so young. Standing on my
Hey.
toes. I stay strong.
Episode 26, y'all.
No matter what goes on. Started from a fireplace, moving
Liking
on.
it.
Because I started from a fireplace. I'm all about the money making. I don't got time for any haters. No, I'm trying to go see different places. Because I started from a fireplace. I'm all about the money making. I don't got time for any haters.
Man, oh man. We're back again. Wefobz Nation. Hello, hello, hello to all of you. You are here today in the presence of Puni Moa.
Hello, Falava side more in the world.
Queen
Hello.
and Guy So Smooth. This is the Wefobz Podcast, episode 26. Moving along. How you all doing, hosts?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
That is beautiful. Puni, how's it going on your end?
Oh, same old, just continuing riding the wave, baby.
I like that. Riding those waves. What's
And
up?
I'm better than I deserve.
Ooh. It's a good one. Well, a couple of housekeeping things to get out of the way. Disclaimer, everyone. Everything expressed here on this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views expressed belong to the speakers themselves. That should I hope that covers a lot of what we say here. And then we get into our Wefobz mission. This is very important for the Wefobz Nation. And if you're new joining us, it's very important for you as well to understand why we do this. We're here to promote and encourage the changing of negative mindsets, stigmas, situations, and encounters into positive outcomes. Let's go. Well, another day, another dollar, another night. What? Ready to pop off a couple of topics here? Wanna get both of you to chime in on it, and let's see where Wefobz Nation wants to go with it. What you both think?
Sounds good. I'm down.
Ooh,
Let's do this.
Yeah. I want to thank you both for always coming through. I mean, can't wait till the others get on. They're always busy with that in real life stuff. So
Mhm.
gotta make it happen, man. Gotta make it happen. Let's see. First topic of the day. Oh, this is a good one, especially for all of you all in the workforce, on your career paths and everything. Let's try to keep it interesting too. Let's talk about stress, work, and the changing times. All right, stress, work, and the changing times. Everybody's probably like, okay. Sounds like another boring topic. No. I'll give it to you all. Like this. This one is from MoneyWise. Okay, it's an article from MoneyWise by Sarah Lewis. This article goes, I have an escape door. Younger workers need more than a good salary to give their loyalty, flexibility, and service. As experts claim, stress costs the U.S. $300 billion with a B a year. Wow. Siobhan Neela Stock, I hope I said that right. Sorry for butchering. Learned a painful lesson about the need for mental health support in the workplace when she found herself in the midst of an acute breakdown one morning back in August 2021. The Vermont-based writer and journalist had endured months of prolonged stress from her work environment. Eventually, she reached a point where it was hard to get out of bed. And by the time she decided to take a 6-week mental health leave from her media job, she was finding it difficult to sleep or even string together a sentence. Wow. She goes, "My brain just quit on me," she told MoneyWise. "I think I was in fight or flight mode." She eventually decided to hand in her notice that October, joining a growing trend of young employees who are rethinking their relationship with mental health and work. A study from financial service company Securian Financial reports that 65% of Gen Z and 60% of millennial workers say it's very important for their employees or their employers to provide mental wellness benefits. In comparison, fewer than half of Gen X and baby boomer employees said the same. Damn, us Gen X and baby boomers, we be hardcore not needing that mental health freaking benefits. But if employers hope to retain talented workers and employees want to avoid burning themselves out, both groups may need to rethink the value they place on providing or having access to mental health benefits in the workplace. The gist of the whole article, guys, it's all about people. Stress is a big thing. Like, it's not the hush hush thing it was back in the day. People really do talk about it. People talk about work burnout, and they're wanting to go to jobs not just for the salary anymore. They want jobs that also focus on giving them ways to deal with this stress. Counseling, these perk packages or whatever they're calling them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're calling that's how people are dealing with this right now. So thoughts. Floor is
Stress.
open.
Stress, like you said earlier, it was kept quiet because it was kind of a sign of weakness when you do speak on how you're feeling or what's bothering you. But now people are more open, and it's a big deal right now because stress leads to mental health, physical health, and eventually you just leave your job and you just give up. Like this lady gave up, she just turned in her letter of resignation. Stress, it's everywhere. It could be, at home, at going to work, just the thought that you have to go to work because you have to go work because you need the money to pay your bills and everything else, right? We were conditioned to do this all the way from kindergarten. Go to school, come back, and you did that for 12 years. Now you go either after graduation of high school, two things, either college or work, then work/or business. Gotta go. It's the same old routine, and it causes stress. And it's a big deal now because now some employers are actually taking into consideration of how to deal with this stress to keep these people. Now it could be monetized, or they better start having programs in place to help with these individuals who are, because they know the workload is stressful. So if you're a good boss out there, you're a good owner, business owner, you got to have these things available for your employees. If not, you're just going to see them go search for what's going to fit you and your family. And this is exactly what this young lady. And then you talk about generation. Right now, I don't think it's generation thing. I honestly think it's just the way people are kind of fed up. You could say Gen X, fed up. We're the time to work hard, want a house, buy a house, make sure their kids are taken care of. Then the kids, then that generation, they don't care. If they go in and work and they don't like what they see, they'll just walk out because it's too stressful for them. They're not afraid to walk out like how we were. We just suck it up and went to work. And nowadays, even the Gen X are doing the same. I'm speaking for myself. It's just like, why am I here? Getting in the car, then driving to work, you're just already stressed out. So do we have stuff in place for these folks. So stress is huge, and I'm glad that people are taking notice. Like almost every other month, there's something they're celebrating. Men's Health Month, uh, Mental Health Month,
Yeah.
mental health awareness. But my goodness, stress, even at home, I was a caregiver for my mom. I'm not saying I was stressed out, but it's stressful. You don't realize how much stress you take on, because you're dealing with everyday things, making sure that your parent is taken care of. So that's what I have to say about stress in the workplace. And money talks, man, and money gives you options. So, and then some people takes, like for the federal employees, they take workers' comp, because of stress or injury and all that. So, and in the state, what they call it, the I don't know, was it, but people take stress leave. Stress.
Thank you, Queen. Puni?
I mean, Queen just said it all. She said it all. I'm just gonna try to add on to that something that she didn't say, I guess. But yeah, she said it all. I mean, it's an individual thing when it comes to stress. It can be a personal thing, home or whatever's going on at home, or just even at work. You don't get along with your employees. Doesn't matter where you're at. Stress will happen anywhere. Your supervisors, even just the higher ups with their high demands, expecting us to get the job done. And my experience in this workforce in America, I'm so used to working on a skeleton crew, and that's already a stress alone because the job you signed up for, the next thing you know, you're actually doing more than what you signed up for, and then that causes stress. Now the question is, implementing this, kind of like a program for to relieve this. Yeah, unfortunately, I never experienced that. That will be a nice idea to have, right? To try out, because maybe it does alleviate, I guess, you not wanting to progress in your position. I don't know about you guys, but with the current situation, a lot of the new viral thing right now is entrepreneurship, finding that financial freedom. I feel like that also has a play with it. Everybody's seeing that, life, there's a possibility to prosper. And because that's out there, and when you find yourself as an individual not meeting that expectation, I think that also plays a role. When you go to work, you start becoming depressed because you're not happy with where you're at, with the status that you were hoping to be with. So many things, man. This is a good conversation to have because I find myself, I enjoy doing a podcast, but then when I go to my real life work, man, that shit sucks.
Beats you up, huh?
Yeah, beat you up, especially with employees, right? You got like people that don't want to work that's still there. We talk about that, slackers. Look, there's so many things, that a lot of elements that creates this whole thing called stress. And then I can be honest, sometimes you just gotta nip it in the bud, just keep pressing forward, focusing on the reason, like Queen said, some of us just really don't have a choice but to go to work. I mean, we got kids, we have plans. Maybe I just Puni Moa likes to live a bougie lifestyle, and in order for me to enjoy what I like to do, I have to go to work and make that ends meet. And yeah, that's just part of life, yo. That's where I'm at with that one, guys.
Thank you both. Just relating to what both of you said, I still remember also my days in the freaking on that workhorse. I'm one of those who have gone full hardcore entrepreneurship with our Wefobz thing, pushing it like Puni Moa and Queen has been pushing on their end with the whyuce podcast. The reason why I put this topic down for us is because it really needed to be talked about from our end, especially as coconuts, because the times have changed. That's the topic. Times have changed. I mean, back then, it was all about the reason why we never spoke up, I believe, is because we wanted to show fierce loyalty and show that we were hardcore, like that warrior mentality that we all get going out from the islands and stuff, that nothing can, we're bulletproof. Nothing can hurt us or harm us. But because of the ever evolving mindset, it's like, no. Nowadays, these guys are just trying to work you for the bone and get you for as little as possible. That's what a lot of the sentiment is around the world, especially here in the U.S. The U.S. has got that thing going on, the strike with the writers and the freaking actors. And man, there was a couple articles they just released in the actors pointed out the Disney. Okay, so actors get paid on average about 50 to 80 grand a year.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to Disney CEO, he gets paid 700,000 to 800,000 a day.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
Wouldn't that stress the F out of you? And Puni Moa, like you said, man, they're making you do stuff, but they're not paying you to do that extra work. That's what all these people are striking for. The writers are striking because they write a piece of work and then the studios kick them out and said, okay, the rest is going to be done by AI. It's just going to copy your work and push it through. People are stressing because their bread, their way of life has been threatened. Their way to earn has been threatened. Right? And then when you stress, employers lose the loyalty, the flexibility, and they lose employees. And imagine training an employer, having an employee on your roster for 10 years, 5 years, right? You already put all your resources into that employee. This article points out now employees just, if you don't treat the employee me right, I'll walk. I'll go somewhere else. It's easier to do nowadays. You stress me out. I'm gonna stress you out by quitting and walking. People are fighting back. That's the difference, and I think that's why they're trying to point out that mindset between our generation X and baby boomers, and then the generation Z, millennials, and the newer ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I feel for them. Back in the day, man, you see this all over, these memes that they post on Facebook, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, these memes that go up saying you only needed to work one job and you could afford a house, a car, and a decent living. Nowadays, you can work 3 jobs and you still can't afford a house or a car.
Mm-hmm.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Hell yeah, people stressing out, especially in the workplace. Changing times. So, man, those programs that they're talking about, the stress, I guess over here, they have mental health benefit programs where you can talk to a therapist or even give you vacation days. Group, they give like all kinds of suggestions, like group get-togethers to try to ease the stresses of the workplace. But you know what, I just think back to how Google had it, letting you eat at like they give you a selection of food you can eat, they give you places you can rest, and only one guy came and he took that all out. Guess who?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, not for Google, but for Twitter. Well, then there again, it said, right? Like making them work again. Like, man, there's got to be a balance. That guy, then Elon started complaining, hey man, Meta stole my ideas, and he finds out, man, those are all the people you fired over there at Meta.
It goes both ways, man.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, about the Gen Zs, man. That's like our kids' generation, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I just thought about this because I met a young man who I work with, and we just met up somewhere. I guess just pass each other up. He used to work with me, and I was like, "How you doing, dog?" And he's like, "Man, I'm doing good, bro." I was like, "You got a job yet?" He's like, "No, I ain't got a job yet." I'm like, "Well, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I'm like, if you really need the money, because I know his situation. He's only like in his 19 years old, fresh out of high school and stuff. And I'm like, look here, man. When I was your age, whatever job came available, I'll just take it until you get the job you want. Because he's been out of a job for what, freaking 3 months now. Because he's being very picky about his job. He's like, well, if I ain't getting paid what I got paid, I'm not gonna take any job. And to me, I just thought of it like, well, if you're gonna think like that, and it's 3 months out already, and you're crying that you're broke, couldn't that be your fault? Because you're not willing to just take any job? Because we do have jobs in America.
Yeah, there's jobs.
It ain't kind of like you said. It might take you 3 jobs to make up what you used to make, but hey, at least there's jobs out there. I feel like the mentality is different too. They feel privileged. Like, oh, I ain't gonna work I'm not gonna work at a food chain, a restaurant, because I worked at this job and I know what my worth is. And I'm like, how can you say that? You only worked with us for less than a year. So my point is, it's kind of like, man, sometimes you just gotta hustle. Whatever's out there, come available. Just gotta go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's what causes a lot of the problem too. A lot of the Gen Zs are just, I'm not gonna say they're lazy. They're overthinking things. They're a little bit too confident in themselves and feeling like, oh, well, I can just get this, like a $25 hour job or a $30 hour job, and you're only 19 or 18. I'm like, okay, well, good luck, buddy. You got to go to school, get a degree, and you might not even still get the opportunity. It's just one of them things, man.
You know what happened is they live by the model, work smarter, not harder. That's why they're doing moves like that, I believe. Waiting till the next job, even if it takes them 3 months. For us, man, we don't live in that world because we came from that work the ground up world.
Yeah.
But us coming against how they're thinking, then, I kind of say I blame it on us because we gave them that thinking.
Correct. Yep.
We gave them, you got to work smarter, not harder, because we've been working hard and we don't want you to suffer. We kind of passed it on to our kids. That's what I believe.
That's true.
And then that influence on the kids that, oh, okay, so if you want me to work smarter, I shouldn't, I should just wait for the next best thing. And then when it comes, then it comes. But man, what we trying to say, Wefobz Nation, is there should be a balance. You should have a balance. If you know you got to get an income in, don't worry about getting your hands dirty. Just get your hands dirty, do a good job. But then at the same time, don't let your employer mistreat you. Look at the terms that you sign on for when you go through your job. We didn't do that shit back in the day. We just signed on and they got us for life like slaves. But nowadays, you're smarter than how we were back then. Look at the terms of your job. See what it puts out. If, maybe you can renegotiate the terms. If you're thinking that much, you don't have to work the job. You can wait 3 months out. Why not just renegotiate how you're getting paid and stuff like that? I don't know. All kinds of stuff like that. But then it goes back then again, right? Stress, work, and the changing times. Man, any more thoughts to add to this topic?
You mentioned earlier, Guys So Smooth, whyuce talked about it people being afraid of AI taking over their jobs, and you mentioned about the writer's strike, how they're using AI now, to create material and get rid of, the folks.
Yep.
That is stressful because not only they thinking about it, there's other, industries are actually, are stressing the people. They're worried about the professional part is really going away. So, that's with everything, the time has changed. And as time change, we need to adapt to what's going on. So Puni and I, we talked on whyuce, you're gonna have to change, you're gonna have to learn some new skills if it comes down to that. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur, like that's what we're doing, that's our goal, and to work towards it to help release the stress. It's all about having a plan, have a goal, and then to put the plan in action. And that's what we've done with this entire, the Wefobz and the whyuce. It helps to release some of the stress because we know where we need to go. We just gotta do it, and we have a plan to get there. So all of you out there, our listeners, man, you worried about AI taking over your job? You gotta start adapting to what's changing. Everything's changing. The prices are going up, so figure something out. It's hard for us to just sit there and worry about it because you're now creating so much unnecessary stress in your head. Now all that stress is living in your head rent free. You gotta let it go. Just gotta let all that space go and just start working on the plan to move forward. So when you brought that up, I immediately went to one of our episodes when we talk about AI. Is that going to take over jobs and also, yeah.
Man, definitely something to check out. Don't forget to check out the whyuce podcast, Wefobz Nation. You'll see what Puni Moa and Queen's talking about there. We hope you got a lot from what this topic is. We could still continue this topic, and I know there's a lot more to speak on it, but I think for now we've covered enough, and we should. What do y'all say? We take a little break and come back right after these messages.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Puni Moa.
And Queen.
Get onto our wefobz.io.
Support from the islands. Go ahead and go on that wefobz.io. We got merchants for sale with affiliated with Amazon. And also we got entertainment up there. You will see podcasts and click on the podcast so you can listen to Wefobz and yours truly, whyuce. See ya.
And we out.
We are back. Coming back off of that break, and Queen Puni Moa, thanks for your insight on that topic about stress, workplace, and changing times. It was great to have those views for the Wefobz Nation. But let's get it on. What's up? Now we get to the Bzzz news section of our Wefobz podcast. This is the time we start talking about the news that makes your brain go bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. Whether it's natural, unnatural, supernatural, you name it, we're going to talk about it and bring it to your attention, Wefobz Nation. This is Bzzz News. Bzzz. Oh, well, for both of you, the topic for tonight, or wherever everyone's listening, OnlyFans and taxes. OnlyFans and taxes. Yeah. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, we're gonna give you some insight on the little topic we have here. So let's get into it, yeah? Let me see if I can bring it up right here. We're going to be talking about this one article. It's by Unilad. I think that's how it is. Unilad. Stuart Perry. Okay, Stuart Perry. Sorry, Stuart. A young OnlyFans model is shocked after completing her tax return and cops a huge bill to pay. Now, just to be clear, the both of you know what OnlyFans is, right?
Yes.
Queen, you know what OnlyFans is?
No.
Puni Moa, would you like to share some light on the situation?
Well, I mean, what is popular is, for like single individuals or even couples, it's an OnlyFans. You get to just, say like you want to go and get into Chief Lot's OnlyFans, and like you're into Chief Lot, you'd be like, Chief Lot, why don't you take off your T-shirt? And you charge them. It's up to you. Some people, their fee is like $20 a membership, $10 a membership. Some is even $50 a membership, depending how viral you are. It's like it's its own Pornhub, kind of like.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So Chief Lock can be selling his belly
Yeah, there you
pictures
go.
for $15 or $30.
Yeah. And then some people use the OnlyFans. I mean, that's what we know it for, but there is a good part. There are people that do like ministry stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or just like what do you call those people? The ones that speakers, like they're like motivational speakers.
Mm-hmm.
That's like their gig, So yeah, OnlyFans. That's what we're gonna have an OnlyFans soon too. Why you laughing, guys? So smooth for the good reasons.
Yeah. Okay. So, Queen, just to add on to what Puni Moa said, if you look up Wikipedia and look up OnlyFans, this is what it says. OnlyFans is an internet content subscription service based in London, United Kingdom. The service is used primarily by sex workers who produce pornography.
Mhm.
But it also hosts the work of other content creators such as physical fitness experts and musicians.
Mhm.
Furthermore, content creators can earn money from users who subscribe to their content, the fans. It allows content creators to receive funding directly from their fans on a monthly basis, as well as one-time tips. And the pay-per-view feature, the one-time tips and a pay-per-view feature. The website was reported to have 2 million content creators and 130 million users as of August 2021. Well,
it's another good revenue.
Yeah, it's another revenue provider. Well, let's go back to the article. A young Australian OnlyFans star has been delivered a brutal blow after completing her tax return. Kayla Smith, 21, was doing what millions of Aussies do. Wow, Australians do. Wow, millions of Australians. She was doing what Aussies do after June 30th, and that's submitting her taxes to where she's at. However, nothing prepared the content creator for the whopping bill that came back. She revealed in a TikTok video, "It is tax time and tax has done me so effing dirty." She said, like, when you are broke, you almost have to get a tax return every single time, and that used to be me. Last year, I got like a $500 return, but this year, I have to pay pretty much $15,000 back in taxes. And I've never paid that much money for anything in my whole life, apart from my car. Ouch. That sure is one hefty tax bill for Kate. However, the 21-year-old realized that if she had been paying tax monthly, like most people do in their full-time jobs, then the bill wouldn't have been nearly as high. Why did I bring it for our Wefobz podcast? It's because, content creators need to know what they're up against when they start doing stuff like this and it pops off. Right? Not just content creation, but any job. Whenever a job pops off, you always got to understand, get your taxes paid.
Yeah.
Floor is open. I mean, even if you in the OnlyFans or the porno industry or whatever, the IRS gonna come get you if you in the US. I don't know what they call them in Aussie, but yeah, go ahead, Queen.
if you're making over a certain amount of money, I guess it's just ignorance, not knowing, or maybe you just decide you choose not to even think about paying your taxes. Because what's that form? 1099. You know, if you get over a certain
Yes.
amount, you should know you should be filling out that form, especially if you're getting this kind of money, you know, on the social media type of ordeal. Because it's money. I don't know. I think it's just ignorance, or they choose not to, and then all of a sudden decides to put it on social media. Oh my goodness, I got a huge bill to pay. You know,
Yeah.
that's just my feeling on this. If you want to be an entrepreneur and you get all this, you better start learning the laws and rules, because these tax folks, these IRS folks, they want their money.
They don't mess around.
Mm-mm.
What about that $1 billion? Was it a $1 billion lotto?
Somebody won that. Mm-hmm.
Somebody
yeah.
got the ticket, right?
Yes,
They're
in
only gonna-
California.
After taxes, they're only going to get back 500 something million. I mean, that's still a lot of money, but damn, IRS automatically got the other half.
If they decided to do it like TikTok girl here, I mean what is this OnlyFans little girl?
OnlyFans girl from Australia.
If the whole lump sum in 1 year, but if you break it up, because there is a way to set it up to where you start doing like a monthly tax, you know, or you hire a person, like a financial person, to go ahead and what do they call the CPs? Yes, the
CPAs.
tax, yeah, the CPAs. You hire your own, you know, individual person to get to work that out. There are loopholes around it. It's just, you know, this 21-year-old learned like Puni Moa did when Puni Moa had some funds last year and invested into something that should have never done it, but didn't know about that. But now I do. You know, taxes is as you make money, like we are in our platform. When we do eventually make money, at least we understand what to do with it. There's such things where you got to file quarterly, monthly, you know, and that's the plan. So like I know for a fact that when we do make it, I personally want to invest into a financial advisor, because that's what we're gonna need. Because it's gonna be money that we never dealt with before. You know, it's just there's reasons why there's positions out there when it comes to the financial world that it's important to hire these people, like attorneys and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if I make like $10,000, I mean, it's $10,000 a month. That's still a lot. You can still hire a professional person. Yeah, are they taking money off? But hey, they're saving you a lot. You know, it's all about the long run, and that's my only you know, thought about this, because you know, people like Shaquille O'Neal, a lot of these NBA players and NFL players, you know, it's like how this OnlyFans girl. It's that when you get introduced to $1 million and you're so used to only getting, you know, your tax return of $500, it's definitely an eye-opening, and it's ignorant. It's just not solely understanding how, you know, how to operate.
Definitely. And that's why we brought it to the forefront for the Wefobz Nation. That's why I love Puni Moa and Queen talking about it, because it happens. Like I think a lot of us has been there. We get hit with a big ass tax bill. I know a couple of my friends and a couple of family members that got the same thing. When you work a regular job, they automatically do it for you, right?
Yeah.
They automatically, every paycheck, they're cutting out taxes, and then depending on how much they cut off, you'll probably get a refund if you overpaid your taxes. That was simple for me to understand when I was working in American Samoa, but in the US, it's a totally different thing, because not only do you get taxed by the state, you get taxed by the federal government as well. And you can be an OnlyFans creator, you could be a YouTube creator, you could be working your own. If you're, like we talked about before, if you're into entrepreneurship, you definitely got to keep an ear and an eye out for tax laws and ways around it. I'm not saying doing illegal things, but ways you could bring your taxes down. Because taxes has been it's been a reality of history for a long time, and that's what a lot of these politicians always fight over. That's why a lot of people like to go over to the Republican side, because the Republicans like to say, we don't want to tax people. But the Democrats, on the other hand, they say, let's tax people.
Right.
Where do you draw the line?
Hey, that's why yeah, old girl should learn the lesson from
Yeah.
some of these ballers out there that, when tax season is coming close, go ahead and buy yourself a private jet. Like just once all the
Okay,
big
so
purchase comes in, buy yourself a house, like real estate. I mean, it's not so much of like all that money. You might as well just go ahead and purchase big orders,
Yeah.
and you lateral that towards your tax.
oh,
Those are the loopholes, man.
Yeah.
That's why they call things like why you think a lot of these celebrities and the 2%ers do all these fundraising. You think it has anything to benefit the people? Hell no.
Nope.
That's all tax breaks right there.
tax
Fundraising.
breaks. Yeah.
There you go, coconuts.
We ain't no
There's-
specialists in the financial realm, and stuff. We're not claiming to be, but we see, and we hear, and we listen.
And we ready when it start raining our way.
Yeah.
We're ready to go ahead and invest and know how to take care of our tax.
That's why a lot of people complain that these millionaires and billionaires are not being taxed enough. Nah, they're being taxed off the yin yang. It's just that they know where to put their money so it doesn't get taxed. It gets taxed at 0%. One guy who knows how to do that really well is freaking Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire, but he's claiming his money as a loss and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that, even like, she could have hired
Yeah.
some employees and stuff, and just like, just so it can be family members and stuff like that. Just claim them all. I know that if you have I don't know if it's still going on, but from the last time, my understanding is, to completely not worry about taxes, owning your business and, hiring 500 is the max. I mean, the minimum of employees. And then that's where you ain't got to worry about tax because all that money comes in.
Yep, those are called loopholes, right? All the loopholes and stuff.
Man.
That if you could know those inside out. I mean, but to go back at it, she said she used to earn a refund of $500, and now she ends up paying $15,000 back to Australia's tax agency. She must have made a freaking buttload of money on her OnlyFans.
Buku money.
I'm pretty sure she was in the 100,000s or.
Yeah, probably more. Yeah.
And Wefobz Nation, I always tell our hosts and most of our team, I know exactly what to do with 100,000. That's all I need, and that's my financial freedom set. Frick, these people making it quick. Come on, coconuts, why can't we crack the barrier? Damn.
That's what we're going to do.
Because if you put it in NFT too and all that stuff, that's a tax write-off too, huh? When you put it on those Bitcoins and all that stuff. So
it's getting bad though, because this administration, Biden, and then they don't like this crypto shit and this NFT shit. They really don't like it because it takes away from the power of the US dollar, they're saying, and the control. Speaking of which, Puni and Queen, they released that freaking Fed Now payment thingy.
No, they didn't. Really?
They released it. So that's just going to be interesting because a lot of presidential candidates are saying they're going to cancel that shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm not too worried about it. I mean, Biden's bye-bye.
Man, he's going through some hell. You see the stuff that they be bringing up about his son and shit and all that pornography, and man, it's bad. But I don't know, man. Like, Biden looked like one of those old-time mafiosos of the freaking White House. He's been in there for so long. Got all those people doing shit. We'll see. 2024 coming around. We'll see. I want to see where it goes with the U.S. on that. I also want to see how it happens, what's going to happen in back on the islands. Keep my eye out over there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink. Yeah. But man, taxes. Always remember, you come into money, Wefobz Nation, you better know about taxes. If you don't know, get to know. You want to secure your financial freedom, like we always said. You want to pass on generational wealth for your kids if you plan to have kids. Learn the tax laws. Learn the tax codes. If you can't learn it, you don't have time to learn it. Puni Moa said it. Queen said it. Go get a professional who does. Someone you trust.
Yeah.
Damn. That was a good topic. But damn, $15,000. Of course you know what she does on OnlyFans to get that money.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. Well, what do y'all say we get into the next before we start closing this out? Get into
Let's
the
go.
next segment. All right. Now we're getting into the following the market segment of our Wefobz podcast. This is where we follow where the money goes, where we believe the money goes. And we want to, like we always say, we want to ride the waves on that path to see if we can get to our financial freedom. And this is our topic for today. This one's a good one. I think you all gonna like it. Queen, Puni Moa. Don't leave anything to your kids when you die. I'll repeat that again. Do not leave anything to your kids when you die. Everybody got that?
Yeah. Loud and
Alright.
clear.
Okay. So I'm gonna bring up the article, which will give us some insight on that. Like I said, don't leave anything to your kids when you die. Money Wise article from Beethan Moorcraft says this California lawyer warns you should never leave anything to your kids when you die, saying it'll lead to serious financial distress. Here's why and what to do instead. If you love your kids, don't leave anything to them when you die, says one California-based attorney. Instead, you can save your loved ones from serious financial and legal woes by creating a living trust and making them beneficiaries, suggests Brittany Cohen, an estate planning and asset protection lawyer. The attorney, who raises awareness about money management, wills, and trusts on TikTok, went viral for her video. 6 things as a money protection attorney I would never do. She also shares the one thing you should do to protect your heirs and set them up for success when you're gone. Trust and trusts. I would never leave anything to my kids when I die, Cohen says in a hard hitter right off the bat. Instead, the lawyer says she'd put everything, including her life insurance and bank accounts, in a living trust or revocable living trust. And she'd name her kids as the beneficiaries of the trust. A living trust allows you to manage your assets in your own name for as long as you're able. The word revocable means the trust can be undone or changed. You'll have to name a successor trustee, which can be a family member, a friend, a private fiduciary, or even a bank, who can take over managing your assets in case of reduced mental faculties or death. Most of what the article goes in, you trust in trusts, transfer your property wisely, avoid probate court at all costs, and that's about it. She brings up some pretty good points there. Like, if it comes down to it, even leaving things to your kids in a will, she says don't do that. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna pass, which I was planning on doing. Like, because I have a bunch of assets that I have in the stock market, and then as Puni Moa mentioned before, Queen, like the crypto market. I was just gonna say, I'm gonna pass these on to my son and my daughter. But she's saying, don't do that shit. You do that, taxes are gonna hit them hella hard, and it's gonna tax them up the yin yang to the point where there's no benefit. I mean, they're gonna end up paying the taxes on what you left them. is what she speaks about. So the floor is open. What y'all think about that? I mean,
I
some
wasn't
sound
expecting
advice,
that. This is all something new to me, the way she's explaining it.
right?
Yeah,
Right?
I was thinking something else, but okay, these are valid points.
Very valid.
Huh.
It was an eye opener. That's why I wanted to bring this topic to our forefront, because we talk so much about financial freedom and generational wealth, and here's a person who's saying, man, you don't want to pass that stuff on to your kids directly. You want to make things, you want to put things in place so that they don't get taxed off the ass
Mm.
when they receive your assets or whatever it is you're going to pass on to them.
So the best thing to do is to leave it in a trust and just add their names to it.
As the because
Yeah, as
a revocable, not an irrevocable trust, but a revocable trust. And I think a lot of the coconuts need to learn about this, because a lot of times they get to the point where their life, right, all of a sudden comes to a stop. I mean, cases of people going into dementia, dying early because of health wise.
Accidents, you don't know what's happening, it's always good to have everything in order because you don't know what tomorrow brings or even tonight. So yeah. And this is good information. Wow. It's just mind blowing to me because I never looked at it this way. I thought it was a normal thing to just leave it to your kids, huh? You never thought about the other side of things. Like you're gonna make your kids are gonna suffer because you didn't understand the law. So this is good information, coconuts. I would read up on this article and then take action. Don't wait on it.
Yeah.
Or just read into it if you're skeptical.
Let me add to it before we put Puni on. I'll add to some more insight because we don't know about this. We never did until we knew a little bit about it. Some people think that these trusts that she's talking about is too much to put in, but then she says no. There's trust for the middle class too. There's some. It's not. You don't have to pay that much. The part where she talks about transfer property wisely. She says she'd never add her children's names to the deed of her primary residence as a way to avoid probate court. If you add your child's name to your property at some point during your life, the first thing that may happen is a property tax reassessment. If your property has appreciated, now your property will get reassessed at the date, and you may need to pay more property taxes. There's another reason she says to avoid this approach. When you die, your children want to eventually sell your home. If you sign it over to them, they'll lose the option of a step up in basis. I think a lot of homeowners know about this, where the value of your property is adjusted from its initial cost basis to its current market value upon your death. You will have caused them to pay more in capital gains taxes than they would have needed to if they would have inherited that property at your death, says Cohen. Oh man, and this is big, Puni and Queen. She adds that due to Medicaid recovery, she'd never put her home in her children's name. That's because when a Medicaid beneficiary dies, the value of their estate, including property, savings, and retirement accounts, can be used to repay the government. Wow. To repay the government for the cost of nursing facility services, home and community-based services, and related hospital and prescription drug services. To avoid that potential mess, she says, she would put her home in a Medicaid asset protection trust designed to protect assets from being counted for Medicaid eligibility. And again, name her kids as the beneficiaries of that trust. Wow. Those of you all on Medicaid, they can actually come back after you. If you pass it on assets, they can come back after you to repay the money that you used for your Medicaid. If you don't do these kind of things, she's saying, like put it in a trust that protects against that kind of stuff. A lot of coconuts are on Medicaid. I know about.
This trying to wrap my head around this because I
It's
definitely
crazy,
don't,
right?
I definitely don't understand the what she's talking about. I got to do my research on it. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure. I don't trust insurance, and that's what this one sounds like. It's just another trust. It's an insurance company, from what I'm reading.
Is it?
Just
As a
a
trust is an
fund.
insurance? Trust is an insurance company?
It's looking like it. Just another avenue. I mean, it's no different from banks. Just like I said, I got to look more into this kind of stuff because a lot of these stuff is just new ideas of people trying to make money off of us. I mean, my mother passed away, and of course, she didn't put nothing under our name, but everything went to Pops. Now, this is in a home of us that, two parents,
Yeah.
and so it's a different scenario for everybody. But yeah, we got our money. There wasn't no tax because they've been paying that since they were working from age 20.
Yeah.
But times change, right? And I know for the new movement, there's we don't trust these 401ks or even like Social Security. We're not gonna get that. That's the prediction. And all I know is for my circle, we've been focused more on to investing in like Bitcoins and learning to invest in these stocks out there because you're better off you profit more doing that than just trying to put it into a savings account. There's just so many different kind of programs out there, and it's just to each its own. You know what I mean? Heck,
Yep.
when Puni Moa makes it, you think I'm gonna put my money in the banks? Heck no. There's gonna be some money stashed on the side here and there. Gold bars. I'll just buy some gold bars. God's, you know what I'm saying? Put some God's money in. Of course, I'm just gonna have my bank account. All my kids is gonna be under there, even my wife and my family. So there, boom, it's fixed. If I die, shoot, they all signed it to my account. What's the difference? You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're talking about like, oh, your trust funds and all that. So yeah, to me, I just feel like it's another pawn scheme. But I can't say that because I don't know nothing about this. And it's a Californian lawyer. I don't trust y'all Californians out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You trust, especially lawyers.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna add some more because I think this is still some information that everybody should be like aware of, especially here in the States. The other part of the article talks about probate court. She says you got to keep your kids out of probate court. Don't let them go there. Probate is the process which validates your will. So if you had a will, it's gonna be validated in that court, probate court. She says, don't take your kids to that court. Don't let them go there. Again, she points back to setting up a living trust. Avoid that probate court. Her big ass statement right here. If you don't care about the experience of your loved ones after your death, then maybe a trust isn't for you, she points out. It's whether you want them to have to go to court or you want it all to be laid out very easy for them to take ownership. Oh, okay. That being said, setting up a trust takes time, energy, and money. Even with the best intentions, figuring this out on your own can be tricky. You can get advice from a state lawyer or a financial planner.
Yeah, it's just different for months.
Yeah, but you know what? To even based on your account and Queen's account, the best thing to do is, man, have a badass lawyer that could handle all your shit. Like, you guys ever watch Netflix series called Suits?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm on it. Yes.
You see how the lawyer handles everything?
Yeah, that's what everything is. Having an attorney, financial attorney.
Not just the finance, they handle everything. Like, have a lawyer that can do what those suits do. Like, if you want to do copyrights, if you want to do businesses, if you want to do trusts, have a lawyer. Man, but I wonder how much is a lawyer fee average right now?
It all depends. Even a consultation could be like $500 just for 30 minutes.
And that's why you want to get
$500 for like a minute sometimes. Some charge like 800 a minute.
That's why it's good to network. Got some attorneys in your your friendship,
Yep.
you good.
Or your
Definitely.
family.
Start getting family
Yes.
members to become attorneys. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
that's how we got to move.
Attorneys are important though.
Big
Yeah.
time.
It's
All
worth
of them.
them. Yeah. Do your research on your attorneys though. Make sure you know. But it is important when you deal with these kind of things.
Yes. Yes, and yes.
Yep.
Well, we make it. We definitely gonna need attorneys. Well, we have some in mind,
Hell
but
yeah.
mark
True.
our words, Wefobz Nation. We gonna have them, and they gonna be covering our backs, and we're gonna cover theirs. So,
That's like the bread and butter right there for everything, really.
join us on
And
our OnlyFans to know which attorneys we pick.
there you go. On the OnlyFans, baby.
They got
Alpha
our jokes.
also, you know what I'm saying? Alpha also his follows and stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
On the OnlyFans, baby.
It's funny. They're gonna be putting it in the corner. You see that dark corner over there and that funny over there? Yeah. Sign up there. Just joking. Sick.
That's-
Just kidding.
That's a trip, man. I wish Rastaman was on here. I would
I
love to
know.
hear Rastaman. I know
Man,
Rastaman would have went far right with this.
I'm hoping that, man, I hear you. Like, man, right? Yeah, Rastaman, hit us up, man. We can probably continue this subject again. Because, yeah, I know I'm all about that generational wealth because I want my kids to get what I got. Like, I want to look deeper into this stuff. Hopefully, Rastaman can shed some light on it. Man.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everything in the job industry is all this 401k, all these other stuff. It's just they're all insurance companies. And I'm like, that's why I wanted to dabble in insurance. That's where the money's at. It's like these guys know a lot, man.
Well, just to set you a little, it says here, trust is not an insurance. They're two different things. Trust is different from an insurance. Yeah. Trust is something where you put in so it doesn't gain you it doesn't gain you insurance. I think that's what it's saying right here. I just Googled the damn thing. Sorry, Bean, I'm using Google today. I'll get my points later. But yeah, the thing where Puni Moa's coming from though is you always gotta watch your six, everybody, which means watch your back, no matter what you're going at. If you're going into this trust, if you're going into a insurance, 401k, know what you're getting into. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this one person that I heard supposed to talk about the 401k, because you can definitely turn it to where you can use it as like a stock option to increase your percentage, your return. And I'm like, damn, I wish I saved that. I'm still trying to look for that because I like that idea.
Well, you know what, Luce? The times are changing though, because a lot of the money game is changing, and you keep bringing up like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, everybody, I don't know if you realize, Bitcoin is a big topic right now. A lot of the presidential candidates are putting it on their forums. Congress right now is going through a lot of hearings about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. The way money is going to be used in the future is coming. I just told Queen and Puni Moa, they released the freaking federal government released that Fed Now payment thingy. What we think now is the old ways of doing stuff like trust and stuff like that may change in the future, right?
Yep.
Insurance, trust, 401ks may change, may not. But be ready, stay ready. Any more thoughts on that topic, everyone?
No.
Nope. Guess my money is to buy some gold bars. That's where my money will go.
Yeah. Assets. I definitely want to get me some gold bars. I want to get me some silver bars too. Maybe some platinum ones, some diamonds. Oh.
That gold bar is God's money.
But you know what they always say, the only thing about that is so heavy to carry around, and can you carry it to different countries or nations?
We ain't not gonna travel much.
But then again, it's like you get your gold and you buy it from someplace, but you don't have the actual gold in your hands. It's at this bank or wherever it's kept. Does that even count? Right? Can you even trust that? Anyways, let's get some closing thoughts. This is another topic we can start again, but let me hear all your closing thoughts.
Well, prepare, plan, and execute. We talked a lot about good topics here, so thanks for the topics, guys. So smooth.
Welcome.
Just do your research, everyone, and stuff we talk about is very important. Shout out to the whyuce, the Wefobz Nation, and to all our faithful listeners out there. Thank you for all your support. Have a wonderful one.
Cheer, man. That's what's up, man. Just want to thank you, listeners, for tuning in to Wefobz. We appreciate y'all support. And, like Queen said, man, this was some hot topics that we talked about. You have been aware. You have been warned. You have been aware. And, you know what I'm saying? It's up to each its own, y'all. Cheer.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is, Wefobz Nation. I got nothing else to say. That's been said right here. This is Puni Moa. This is Queen. This is Guy So Smooth. We love you all. Wishing you all the best. Wefobz.
Later.
Bye-bye.